But no, it was interesting because when the article that I had read, it didn't really make sense until it made sense.
Wait, are we recording right now?
I'm always recording, yeah.
Oh.
It made sense until it didn't make sense until it made sense. And then I was like, oh. Like, oh.
Are you talking about the Batman thing now?
Yeah.
See, I'm really looking forward to this, though. I am because, like, I was really concerned for so long about how Patterson, like, how he was going to do.
Right.
And he actually did very well.
He delivered.
And honestly, to take, like, a villain like Riddler and turn him into such, like, a dark, in-depth character.
Correct.
Took a lot of writing talent.
Correct. Well, and a good amount of talent on Paul Dano's part, too.
Oh, yeah.
To be able to take that and actually do something with it.
Right. Well, that's what I kind of loved about it. Because, like, Riddler's always kind of been, like, a joke character. And you actually turned him into, like, a dark, actual villain. But it made sense.
Yes.
And how he did it made sense. And it all worked out well.
He was based in a degree, of reality, which so many of these movies lately have not been doing because they've been going so far into science fiction or into the comics that it just completely suspends.
You mean Arnold Schwarzenegger is the, like,
That's
Mr.
more
Freeze?
That is more believable than some of the other shit.
That's fair.
I will take Arnold Schwarzenegger's Mr. Freeze over Ezra Miller's The Flash any fucking day of the week.
Oh, we're going that route. Yes.
That's what I'm saying though. Like,
oh my god,
it's gone that far, and I'm like, I'm not about it.
I thought we were sticking with the Batman world, not the whole like.
Even I mean,
no,
still.
But honestly though, I will say though, I would actually love to see a dark Mr. Freeze because his story is actually
absolutely.
It's in depth. They never touch on it. Like his wife's dying. He fell into like a cryogenic chamber.
I always thought Mr. Freeze's story was, well, one, better handled in the animated series, but two, Mr. Freeze is always hit me in an interesting way narratively of that he is, sometimes he's cruel, but generally that's not his MO. Generally his MO is cold and logical. Correct. Which is ironic considering who he is and kind of poetic, but it's also interesting because he's always like, I need to break into the Bank of Gotham to get this Queen Ruby to power my laser to do this.
There's reason behind his malice.
He's like, I need to get this thing.
No, I understand behind it. That's why I think I kind of like.
That's why I like him.
He's not doing it out of greed. He's doing it out of necessity.
Correct. Right. And you can also see, too, a lot of the times when you see interactions with Mr. Freeze, he only hurts people who, like, directly try and stop him. And there are a lot of times even you can see where he tells people to, like, leave the area or get out of there.
Well, I think one of the biggest things that gets overlooked, especially in the Batman series, if you were to go by the old cartoons, which I think was a more honest portrayal of Mr. Freeze, and look at the modern day one, and I'm not saying Arnold Schwarzenegger did a bad job, because let's all get real. It was funded by a toy company. It's cheesy and gimmicky, and that's what we kind of loved about it.
Well, and even just from the perspective of
Batcard.
Like bat nipples, like all of the storytelling back in the 80s and the 90s wasn't there either. So you have a situation where they just weren't good at telling stories either.
No, they weren't. Like there was no plot behind him. There was no like grandiose design. He's just like, I'm gonna freeze Gotham and that's it.
Right.
He doesn't know explanation as to why or anything.
Real quick, before we keep going on this, welcome back to another episode of What You Take, the show where we talk about
We never did an introduction.
We never did an intro. The show where we talk about just about anything we can possibly think of and bring you guys along for our unfiltered, unapologetic ride. As always, you're going to have myself here, Steve, my brother Chris.
Hey guys, we're back. That's right, you're listening to us. It's Monday, or whenever YouTube video drops, but I'm assuming on Monday.
You see those tears? Those are real tears.
I hope you have a great day today.
I was just looking at the camera to see if I could see the tears. Could not see the tears.
He's crying. It's there.
I hope you're having a great day. I want you to know,
folks.
And I really hope you interact with the show somehow today.
Every time you don't donate, we hit Chris.
It's amazing.
Do you want to end these tears? You look him in the face and you tell him no.
If you check
That's
out...
right,
hold on,
whimper,
hold on,
Chris.
wait, hold on. Let me back up real quick. What's more fucked up? Every time that they don't donate, we hit him, or every time they do donate, we hit him?
You decide in the comments.
We might get more money if
I'll tell you what. If you guys band together and donate $100,
oh, shit.
I'll let these guys jump me on camera.
What is it, $100?
Oh, I was gonna go for a slap. Is this like a?
No. Because it's every time they
This
donate...
is a straight gang beatdown.
Every time they donate $1, you get to hit me.
No,
So if we bank up to 100, you could just kick my ass.
Oh.
No, I'm going to raise the bar on that.
I'll have you fight a hobo. Let's go.
I'm gonna say every $100 we get, we'll punch you.
Oh, sure.
Let's make it. Let's save you a little
Chris is
bit.
willing to take a hit for $1.
For a fucking $1.
You guys can smack me up for a
Like,
buck.
we have money, bud.
Take your hat off, boy. That's $1.
Hey, well, Anyway, check out the description down in the thingamabob, depending on where you're watching this. You'll see a link to the Support Us page that just... If you want to donate and you're financially able to donate, that's awesome. That's going to help buy us
And if
coffees.
you're not, take your parents' credit card. We don't care.
Yeah,
we don't judge.
we have no morals. If just buying us coffees, stuff like that. Honestly, that helps keeps the show going as much as buying new equipment and stuff like that goes. Everything helps. If you like this content, make sure to check out Steven's Twitch channel at Ripperboy85. Where he streamed High on Life. He has some Destiny stuff over there.
I severely do not go live enough. Absolutely, check out Chris's more than mine.
He does really hop on that shit.
I have a Twitch channel called Silas Valtori, and then I also have a YouTube channel called Valtori Stories where you can watch me game. And you need to share the show. And
I was gonna say, were you about to introduce? I don't have shit.
Man, it's
I
like-
don't have absolute shit out there.
But to round everything off, let's not forget Sexy Spence.
yeah,
Hi guys, I'm I don't have shit. It's
you should get some shit.
I might get some shit.
Get
I don't know.
some shit and game with us.
Dude, I always game with you guys when I can.
Well, game with us and share your shit.
My shit is my shit alone.
Let's just
If they start donating, I'll share my shit.
We're gonna put Sexy
Let's-
Spence's gameplay footage behind a paywall.
let's just oh my god, yes. Let's just get the three of us on Destiny
wording.
like we usually do, and then we'll just get let's at least get him on. We'll get him on via our channels.
Buy me games and I'll do shit.
Play Borderlands with me.
That's fair. I do love Borderlands.
There we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. I can talk shit about Borderlands all day.
Yeah, we could do a Borderlands live stream.
Oh, that actually would be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. Why is everybody all for Borderlands, then they're done with it, then they're all for it? You ever notice how it comes in huge waves like that?
Borderlands is so circumstantial. It's like with us and Destiny. You have to be in the mood specifically
Dude,
for
I actually
Borderlands.
feel bad about this shit, but bro, my life is so unhinged, it's fucking ridiculous. I never know what the fuck I'm doing until I'm doing it.
This is fair. This is valid.
You see, I live in a perpetual state of nothing's ever happening.
Nope.
So
Cut
my
you off.
schedule's always open.
Nope.
Yeah, you're done,
Nope.
Chris.
We're gonna
You're
stop.
done.
We're gonna backtail over to Batman.
Yep. Oh yeah, fucking it, Batman. Fuck this
Batman.
bullshit.
I mean,
Dude, I would kill for a fucking goddamn Mr. Freeze. I think a lot of people, especially nowadays, I don't think they actually realize how in the cartoons, I'm talking the 90s cartoons,
Right.
How tragic his actual story is.
Correct.
You know what I mean? I think it's all kind of get lost, and I don't think they hear about it enough. And I feel like if you want a good story arc, that would be a phenomenal character to build on.
I don't think it's impossible, right? Because you have HBO is going to be doing a series on Penguin.
Right.
So now you've got a series that is villain centered.
And you can throw even just an Easter egg to Freeze would be ideal.
I
it
would
doesn't have to be
I would love that if DC did the opposite of what Marvel did, because Marvel did Captain America, fucking Iron Man.
You want individual series for all of the villains?
I want individual movies and series for all the
Yes.
villains,
We
and
all
then
know who Batman is.
well, and then have an Avengers style movie where it's what is his
all
rogues
the
gallery?
villains come
Is it the
together to take out
Sinister
Batman.
Six?
Is it the Sinister Six?
I think it is.
And then release
be.
the Sinister Six and have that be the team up movie of the summer.
I'm sorry. I love the fact the Sinister Six is it's a whole bunch of boys got together and they're no, what should we call ourselves?
Yeah.
Sinister Six. Yes.
I'm about that.
Yeah.
Because with the proper writing, it would just come across, it'd almost be like Venom. It would come across like just a bunch of anti-heroes, but they're the fucking
Villains.
They're the villains.
Right. No one's a villain in their own story.
This sounds
Correct.
amazing.
So if you could humanize them and make them actually go up against the hero.
Yeah, and then guess what? Every other time you make a Batman movie with the same cast,
you're gonna have
people voting and like
people will be so torn.
yeah.
Humanize them so when you villainize them,
I
people feel
love this.
Yeah.
DC, get on your shit.
Yeah,
James
you
Gunn.
want to finally shut Marvel up? Here's your chance.
James Gunn, this is your show, buddy. Come on, let's go.
Let us
Dude. Oh my god, that's actually a brilliant idea, though, dude.
let us know in the
Like,
comments if you think that would be dope.
I'm telling you right now, this is fucking dope.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, so to the Batman article that I was talking about
yeah.
in the very beginning. So here's the thing. The title for the new Batman project is officially The Batman Part 2.
Okay.
Okay. This breaks a 20 to 30-year-old tradition within the Batman movies.
Okay.
And it's eerily... It's weird, okay? You look at how Batman movies have been named, right? It has been Batman, Batman Returns, Batman and Robin. Batman and Robin again, I think, actually was a similar one. Batman Begins, The Dark Knight Rises. It's always been very specific titles that have been then put to a different course in time, introducing just a whole new phase of Batman.
Yeah.
Nothing has ever really been directly connected. Even Batman Begins, The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah,
It's
they
all-
were all like 2 years apart or 3 years
they were
apart from each
roughly-
other.
Correct. There was a time period in between each one of these movies.
Correct.
Yeah.
There is speculation,
That this is a direct minute-to-minute sequel.
direct correlation, because
I have not seen one of those
correct.
in a while.
That's what I'm saying. This
like
is
even in general movies, I haven't seen.
correct. There may be a couple of weeks difference, kind of cleaning up
Right,
from
yeah.
the end of it, but this one being named Part 2 insinuates that this could be a direct continuation from the events of the Batman.
I actually would love that. Like, no joke, I really would. Just because of the fact of, like, I love movies like that where it's like, oh, cool, it's like right where it took off. Like, you don't see that in movies very often. And actually, I know you'll find a love for this, too. They did that in John Wick, actually.
Yes, they
when
did.
he went back to the Continental. They lined up the same number of cars, same type, to show it was the same fucking day.
John Wick literally, I think if you took all 4 movies of John Wick, I think it is over the course of 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That whole thing is over the course of 2 weeks, and the difference between the end
What
of
a 2 weeks.
Oh, seriously.
What a wild 2 weeks.
The difference, I think, between
Hey, guys,
John...
if you don't think you have time in the day, 2 weeks.
Seriously. Look at how many people John Wick killed in 2 weeks over one dog.
A small town.
I think the difference from John Wick Chapter 2 to the beginning of John Wick Chapter 3 was a matter of like a half hour.
Yeah,
Because
actually.
at the end of number 2...
Wasn't it like a plane flight, essentially?
Not even, because at the end of number 2, Winston's like, go, you have like 1 hour or something like that.
Yeah.
And John Wick Chapter 3 picks up and he's still running. Like,
Oh,
he's
I
still
suppose,
bleeding.
yeah,
And
dude,
this
it's
is a
like-
matter of hours.
Right.
If that. Right. So, furthermore on the Batman thing, where this goes then is at the end of The Batman, obviously, Paul Dano's Riddler ends up in jail in
Yep.
Arkham. Okay. Who was sitting right next to him?
The Joker.
The Joker. This insinuates that it is very possible that we may actually see a bigger part of this new Joker.
I'm actually curious about this Joker, though, because it does
He
seem...
looks fucked.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what?
the thing. Like, the meth headed by, like, the 7-Eleven.
Uh-huh.
You know what I really want?
What do you really want? Tell me what you want. What
Is
you
it
really,
a meth
really
Joker? Because you're about
No.
to get it.
I want to see the Joker do like some psychopathic shit. And hear me out before you jump all over this.
How fucked up are you going to get
No,
with
I
this?
want to see the Joker do some psychopathic shit where he's just out doing something, and then he starts laughing, pulls a gun out, shoots somebody, kind of laughs, and then keeps walking away.
I think
You want his chaotic...
Yeah.
Okay.
that if it's going to happen,
Or he just randomly offs one of his goons.
if it's going to happen, we're gonna see it in Matt Reeves' universe
Mm-hmm.
with
Yeah.
how well he did with the Riddler, and like Riddler.
Riddler's
Like-
been comical, and that was dark as fuck.
But like even from a mental state, Riddler in this one was still unhinged, right?
Yeah.
But he was more put together than we've seen.
He was collected.
He was collected. So he was amplified, right? His intelligence was amplified in this new universe with Matt Reeves.
Yeah.
I would be interested to see what a fully unhinged Joker, true to the character, in a real-world type environment is going to look at.
Well, and I think that the interesting kind of guillotine swing that the Joker has going on is, and people don't like to admit this about him, a lot of people are like, he's just an engine of chaos and this and that. He's actually an incredibly competent and incredibly intelligent person.
Mm-hmm.
And
I hate when people are always talking about how chaotic and crazy. Like, no, dude's got a plan.
well, he's on a swinging pendulum, I think what it is. My thoughts on the matter is that he swings into like kind of like manic and depressive,
Okay.
where it's like on one end of the pendulum swing when he's being manic, that's when he's like laughing and cutting people's faces off and like shooting his own guys and like losing it. And then he swings back into this depressive phase where he's like, okay, but I can get scrap metal and I can contract these guys in the mob and I can orchestrate this and I can put this down.
I totally get that. I do. But like in my mind, I always picture the Joker as like, he maneuvers in the chaos.
Mm-hmm.
That's my thing.
I was going to say, it almost, the way I've always interpreted it is like, I think at his core is pretty calm. And I think that's where like his plan devising and stuff comes from.
He plays it off as chaos, but it's all controlled.
I think once his plan is in motion, that's when he's like, fuck it, let's play now.
Right.
And so
Because he's already choreographed all the
correct.
moves.
I think at this point, it's a
If
decision.
Batman does this, I'll do this.
Yeah.
If he does this, I'll do that.
For him, it's a dance.
Yeah.
And I think we even saw a little bit of that with Heath Ledger's Joker.
That's where I'm looking
he's,
at it. Like,
he's
to
calculated.
me, he was the best Joker.
Absolutely.
Like-
It's calculated, but then can just go off into sadisticville.
Mm-hmm.
I love the fact how he acts like it's chaos, but it's controlled.
It is
it's
so
planned,
It's
controlled.
incredibly
intricate.
planned, yeah.
Yeah. And he's just like, do I look like I have a plan?
Yes.
One time he's like sitting
Yes.
here like, I blew up Gotham. I got shit planned. I got fucking guys in places. Like,
Look at the simple shit like going to Heath Ledger's Joker, right? Just blowing up the hospital alone. Whether he did it himself or he had his goons do it. You had to get into a hospital and put all those bombs in all the right places. You had to get a nurse's outfit, get past all the guards,
when
get
he
into
got
Harvey
caught by
Dent's
and arrested,
room.
he fucking had a plant in there with a bomb in him.
Right. You cannot tell me that that's chance.
No.
This dude knows exactly
He
what
managed
he is
to,
doing.
like, what? He had a whole bunch of guards all dressed in common uniforms. He had the bad guys wearing, or like the good guys wearing guns tied to their hands. Like,
And I would be, Chris, to your point, I would have no doubt that the parts that switch over to him going and doing things like shooting his own guards or stuff is out of pure frustration for the fact that they fucked his
he's
plan up.
unhinged. Yeah.
I put all this work into this, I did all of this, and you fucked it up. Fuck you, here's the price you pay.
Also, I think he does it too a lot to just... I think human nature fascinates him. Like that scene where he's like, we have openings, and he broke the pool stick in half and threw it in the center.
Let's see what these fuckers do.
You're right. And the same thing said with the knives. He's like, I love knives, because you see the type of person they are.
Another thing, too, I've just been replaying Arkham, too. Arkham City.
Those are so fun. Such fun games.
I got to the Joker's compound. This is a perfect example of that. In Arkham City, Joker's voice is going through the PA saying, we will take anybody who comes to the Steel Foundry into the Joker gang. Well, if you fly in on your cape and you're listening, I overheard chatter from two of the guards of his compound, and they said, well, the order came down from Joker. We're going to stab anybody who shows up today. And he's like, well, don't the PA say we accept everybody? He said, today we stab them.
That's the thing. That's just chaos.
And
Today we're stabbing him. Tomorrow we welcome with open arms.
And I think
it's unpredictability.
I think 100% of that could be by design. Again, I think he intentionally goes, nope, need to throw him off a little bit. All right, what can I do today that's a little manic?
Right. You can't predict someone's plan where it seems like they don't have one.
But it is a plan.
The
Right.
the
And that's
plan
the
is to
problem where I
seem
think
like you don't have a plan.
Right, and I think that's where Batman kind of loses it with the Joker. It's like, no, he's unpredictable. He's unpredictable on purpose.
Yep.
Because you can't figure somebody out when they're like, today we're stabbing people.
Which then, if you take that and you route it all the way back around to Matt Reeves' Batman, right? That is exactly the struggle that Batman had with Riddler.
Right.
Now, Riddler was more calculated, so there was a way.
I lost it when they said thumb drive.
I know.
Like, I both laughed, and I was like, oh.
There was a formula to follow, but now if you integrate that into Matt Reeves' universe, I think we could actually see Bat lose his shit.
Actually, that's a very good point, because I am curious how that form of Batman is going to handle someone like the Joker.
Yep.
Just pure unorganized chaos.
Because he's not a brawler, so it's not like he's going to bust in through the door and just start beating him up, right? It's not going to happen. So you're going to need to...
I imagine he's going to trap him.
Who, Batman?
Yeah, Bat.
You're going to have to try to. But I think that's the only way that Batman is going to know how to deal with him. Because
I don't think he's going to trap him. I think what he's going to do personally is I think he's going to, like, figure out everything he can and go after everything he loves. Because that just seems like the Joker's
No, I'm talking about what Batman's going to do to the Joker.
Trap him?
He's saying Batman's going to get to a point where he's only going to be able to try and trap him.
Yeah, he's not going to go in there fighting.
Oh, I think Bat's going to I think what's going to happen
He's
is...
going to catch him with the foot knot?
No, what I think is going to happen, though, is I think it's going to be a full-on, like... He's going to have to quell him with himself of whether or not I should kill him or not.
Have him dangling over the edge.
That's 100% what I think it's going to be.
You think this will be the first time we see him struggle with that one?
Yeah, I think they're going to touch on... Just because of, like, the dark demeanor and the, like... If we break it down, the fundamental thing that Batman and Joker have is Joker won't kill Batman because he wants Batman to kill him. And Batman's got one rule that he doesn't kill, and Joker's going to do everything in his power to make sure that Batman kills him.
Well, it's almost a moralistic battle, too, because Joker ultimately wants to prove that Batman's no better than he is.
Everybody's corruptible, is what the Joker wants to prove.
Okay, so
one bad day away.
Yep.
So let me throw in one more scenario, depending on how real...
Somehow Clayface gets into this.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
Being that the Matt Reeves universe seems to be grounded in some degree of realism, where the cops are actually kind of competent, okay?
Yeah.
Assuming cops have brains.
What if Joker never gets out of Arkham?
Do you think he'll, like, run it from Arkham?
Yep.
Oh, that would be cool.
Like a Jigsaw-style shit?
Cue Clayface.
Yeah.
Cue Penguin.
What if Clayface pretends to be the Joker?
Because this is...
They did that in Arkham City.
This is supposed to be movie 2 of 3.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what if...
Every Batman's got, like, a 3-parter that's worth having.
So what if Joker stays in Arkham for part 2?
Okay.
And part 3, he gets busted out, and Joker then is the end-all, be-all, the
always got to
finale.
end with Joker. It does.
That
I
for the
agree.
sake of
that
throwing
would
it out
actually
there.
be really cool, though, to see that kind of thing, like Joker's run, or maybe just Joker's another side character, and then when Clayface gets arrested, they get another introduction, and then it shows him breaking out at the end of the episode.
Yep.
Like, I don't know. I want to see a Mr. Freeze one. I want to see a dark, scary Mr. Freeze.
They'll have to be real careful with Clayface about how they do him. Because they're either going to have their CGI really on point, or
I don't think they're going to go.
Or they're going to have
Clayface.
they're going to have to do the thing where like Clayface walks behind a pillar as one guy and then walks out as another.
I don't even think they'll do that.
I don't think they're doing that. I think Clayface is just going to be an expert of disguise.
Yep. Either that or this is going to be Clayface before the monster happenings happen. Because there was no, from what I could tell at least, there was no CGI effects in the Batman that were like, it all seemed like it was practically shot.
Right.
And I would expect
there might be
that
a few
to carry
green
over.
screens for some bigger buildings or some basic
Right,
shit.
and that
but
makes
nothing
sense.
like, yeah.
We're like,
Nothing like Marvel. kind of
correct.
shit.
Or, I mean,
Yeah.
even Batman vs. Superman or the Justice League.
You're
I
right.
mean, holy shit.
No,
I
think-
that's
I
where
think
I'm interested.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think they're actually going to do, like, Clayface as, like, a practical, like, how to put it, like, disguises.
Yeah.
More so than he's, like, a fucking transforming monster.
Because it could even be so much from the situation of, like, you look at how Mission Impossible did their rubber faces. It could be something like that.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
He just kind of, like, peels it off.
It's
and
more like his calling card than his actual, like...
demeanor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, dude can be anybody kind of thing. You know, kind of like how Hush turned into, like, Bruce Wayne.
But so, So we're all kind of on the same page as far as that goes
Right.
in regards to Pat Bat. Now, Pat Bat is separate from James Gunn's DCEU. He is in what they're calling the extended universe.
That's where I get so confused with
or not
DC.
the,
It's
not the
like,
extended universe. Other worlds or Elseworlds, something like that.
That's where
right?
I get so confused with them. It's like, oh, all this is going on, and then it's like there's Batman, and it's like,
right.
Flash ain't running around here, Batman.
But they're getting a new Batman to be part of the.
Oh, they're not having Ben Affleck?
No, I think he's out. I think he was outed with Cavill, and I'm like, and once Momoa's done doing Aquaman, I'm pretty sure that that's the end of him for that role as well.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I could see it.
There's two.
Well, yeah, I've also heard. I've heard them saying that they're thinking about doing just redoing the Justice League.
They need to.
Like they're thinking about actually rebooting everything from ground
Seeing
zero.
how Zack Snyder's director's cut was compared to what they threw out, night and fucking day.
Night and day, yes, but they need to come at it with a different approach. They cannot be so CGI reliant.
No, what they need to do is take in all the guys they have in their little anime department and give them a screen room.
Thank you. Yes.
They're animes, and I'm sorry, if you're not a big fan of them, that's fine, but animes, theirs are beautifully
House of
told,
Mystery,
character development,
Superman Red Sun.
Yeah, dude, all of them.
So,
City of Demons with Constantine.
Planet Hulk.
Well, that's Marvel.
That's
but,
Marvel. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, you're right.
so there's two names that are heavily beginning to get tossed around right now for the new Batman.
I can't wait for it to be Henry Cavill again.
Everything goes back to Henry Cavill.
For Batman, not Superman.
He is the ultimate nerd because he's sexy and nerdy. And I'll say it.
And I know it.
The first one that we've seen and that we've heard about for a while now is Jensen Ackles. He's still in contention for it.
Dude, how is he not, dude? After seeing him in The Boys?
Here's the thing. I love Jensen.
Yep.
He's broody. He's a good-looking dude. He would definitely be a slimmed Batman like Bale and Pat Bat, right? But there's a new name in the ring. And I forget the actor's name, so forgive me, but the gentleman that plays Reacher.
Oh, that dude's a giant.
He's 6'5", about 250 pounds.
Of pure muscle.
Of pure fucking muscle. Here's the thing. Because my wife and I just started watching Reacher not too long ago.
Did you like
Pretty good,
it?
right?
So far,
Pretty
I like
good?
it.
Yeah.
So far, I like it. It's interesting because we're like, oh, wow, he fucked that guy
I can't
up.
wait for season
He
2.
fucks people up in that show.
It is so fun to watch.
And the fucked up thing about it is then he goes and he makes these comments, and I'm like, are you on planet Earth? Like, he's...
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, God damn. But in watching that, I'm not going to lie, the first, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes of the first episode that we watched, I put my fingers up and I was like, oh, fuck, I could see it.
Oh, yeah, isn't that the thing? You kind of try and get the chin in there, and you're like, you can do it.
He's got the chin. He's got the muscles. He's actually soft-spoken enough.
Here's my thing. I think, okay, now, sorry to cut you off. This is just my thing with him. Now you have to imagine, he's supposed to play a businessman. 6'5", covered in bruises, 250 pounds of pure muscle.
He could do it. Absolutely.
I don't know, man.
He wears a suit pretty commonly in Reacher.
He would be no different.
What?
Here's the thing.
When?
It's in the later seasons, but he's wearing a...
There's only one season of Reacher.
2 seasons out now.
2 seasons.
Wait, season 2's out?
Season 2, 4 episodes of season 2 is out
What?
now. Here's the thing, though. He would be the same genre of Batman as Ben Affleck. Mm-hmm. He would be a brawler.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would be fun.
So I think if you're going to go and reboot Justice League, or if you're going to do anything like that, if you want a brawler, then you have your brawler Batman and you have your skinny detective Batman in Pat Bat.
See, I like the skinny detective. To me, that is the truest form because he's supposed to be like an everyday business guy, going about, being like a party animal. Try and explain to someone why you're 6'5", 250 pounds, and you're a walking Viking in a 3-piece.
I mean, but the walking Viking in a 3-piece works.
And he's also incredibly smart.
Just because you guys want to see it...
No, here's the thing. At the end of the day,
Do you think Jensen is a better pick, and why?
I think so because I think he'd look better in a suit, and I think he could play a business guy. And Batman isn't intentionally, on its point, a brawler. He's a martial artist... He's fast-paced, and he's the world's best detective.
So here's what that would come down to, though. I agree. I prefer Jensen. I think Jensen's a better fit. I think, all in all, I think Jensen. But if you're trying to go based off the cartoons,
Right.
the brawler is the way you go. That's what we got with Batfleck.
I agree.
'Cause
I'd like to see a brawler.
Well, you got it in Batfleck.
Yeah.
Right, you had the gray suit, the big logo.
Big old bulky dude comes in and just lays down the law. I love it.
Right.
He had some big old bat pecs.
I think that...
Bro's a beast.
Bro's a fucking beast. I honestly think that all in all, I think Jensen would be a better fit. I think you'd get.
I think he looks like the kind of like. Here's my thing. This is
you
why I
would
like
get a
the
more
Batman.
tactical Batman.
Here's
the Batman, in my opinion, is literally like world's best detective, martial artist. You don't see bulking, massing.
I don't even think.
Here's my counter, and I'm gonna paint a scene here.
Oh fuck!
I'm gonna go pee.
Well, I gotta wait for you to get back.
Can we pause though? I gotta piss my pants.
No, just walk.
Okay, I'm walking.
So my counter to that is
Be
that
brave for Spence.
yeah, fuck waiting for Spence. He can watch it on the video later.
Yep.
My counter to that painting a scene is how much more intimidating, and I know there are different ways to achieve intimidation, but having our boy from Reacher, who's like 6'5", holding a guy off the edge of a building in the rain, and you can see the major size differential, and like having him like be this massive looming shadow in the alleyway, casting it down in the rain and shit.
Oh, for sure.
Like,
I get that. I do. I think there are ways to write that around, right? Especially depending on what day and age
we're doing it in.
Correct. Because if you're doing it 2023 or something similar to where we are right now, it would be very easy to, instead of what they did with Bale's Batman, where he did the foothold, right, and held the guy up because of the cable line, why not make his suit part exosuit? So he could still pick the guy up, right? There are ways to write around that. I agree brute strength is always more intimidating. But if they're going for a more tactical look, I feel like you need a skinnier guy.
Yeah.
If they're going to go for a more comic or a more cartoon accurate, I think at that point you need the bigger guy. Either way, I think it would be fantastic if either one of those two actors were to take it.
Yes.
Because I think at this point we can all agree I'm not going to get my lifelong dream of playing Batman. Not going to happen. Just not. I'm not big enough. I'm too pasty, and I have a beard. It's just not going to happen, right? James Gunn. Just saying, it's out there. Just as much as you're asked about playing Kratos one day, right? Like, you look like fucking Kratos. I could probably doctor you up for Kratos for Halloween. But of those two options, the gentleman from Reacher and Jensen, I think both
Would be good fits.
would be great fits if the writing is there.
Yes, we don't want to see actors fall victim to bad writing.
When we see it too often. We've discussed that in a million other episodes.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and wrap this episode up here. Thank you for following us along on our Bat Tangent here. I'd love to see what you guys have to say as far as, do you think, hey, what's going to happen with the Batman Part 2? Are we going to see Joker? And if so, what capacity?
Get in the comments!
Get in the comments!
Get in the comments.
And then part 2 to all of this, oh, look at that. Spence is back from his fucking pee. The part 2 that I want to get you guys at is, what would you prefer to see happen in another Batman film? Would you rather see Pat Bat again? Or not Pat Bat, would you rather see Jensen? Or would you rather see the gentleman from Reacher? Leave it in the comments. If you're listening to us on Spotify, find us on YouTube and leave it in the comments. With that being said, until next time, guys, peace.
Goodbye!